I'm Crafty Patti, and today I'm going to show you how I make my leaves and feathers out of yarn. I won't keep you waiting, so let's get started. The yarn I'm going to be using today is the Bernat Handicrafter cotton. This is that yarn that a lot of people use just for making dishcloths. It's a medium 4, and the actual color for this particular one is called potpourri ombre. You don't have to use this color, it's just what I've got, so I'm going to use it up. You'll be wanting a nice wide-eyed darning needle, scissors to cut the shape of your fringe and to cut your lengths of yarn. A rotary cutter is really handy for cutting out your shape of your leaf, and of course then you'll need a cutting board. To unravel your yarn strands to make your leaf and fluff it out, a nice little tool to use is just a little cat or dog slicker. That's with the fine tooth metal teeth, or you can use just a metal toothed comb or a plastic comb for brushing out. And I like to work on a nice firm surface. This is a board I've made up for the past projects of macrame that I've done. And it's just corrugated cardboard, a few pieces put together with some tape, and it just makes a nice surface to hold the pins in. So take your book and start wrapping around and around and around, and this will just make it so much easier for when you want to cut lots of these 8-inch strands, because if you're making lots of leaves or feathers, you're going to need lots of 8-inch pieces. So just keep wrapping around. And I meant to mention too that when you're looking for a book, find a book that you've got the front and back cover is out longer than your actual pages, and then you can get your scissoring easier to cut. So once you've wound lots of yarn over your book, I just like to come in with an elastic band and just hold them in place. And now I can come in and just slide down the end of the book here with my scissors and cut them all open. Now we have lots of pieces cut. Cut one piece of yarn 24 inches long and fold it in half. We're going to place that on our board and just put a pin right at the top. Take 2 of your 8-inch pieces. You're going to fold each of them in half. Place them on each side of our folded strand in the middle. You're going to come under this long piece. We're going to bring that over top of our other loop. You're going to pick up this loop and bring it over the middle. And then you're going to pick up these 2 strands, hold it with your fingers, and then bring it together. Bring that right up to your loop. You've now made a square knot. Continue adding as many as you want for as long as you want your leaf or your feather. When you're finished adding the amount that you want, just come in and give them all a really good tug. Make sure they're nice and tight. Hold on to the tail and make sure they're all nicely pushed up together. Just open up the 2 tail pieces. Put in 2 more of your 8-inch pieces or 20.3 centimeters, about halfway. And we're just going to tie a basic knot around them. And the reason I like to do this because I find that at the bottom of the feather here, it just looks a little bit thin, and that just gives it a little bit more oomph for the bottom down in here. So to give you an idea, this feather is going to be approximately 8 inches in length, which is about 20.3 centimeters. So the amount of yarn that I used to make this actually came out to about 13.2 meters, which is 14.4 yards. So you know how much you'll need to make one 8-inch feather. So let's take it off of our board. Be careful not to lose the point. This is where we're going to hang it from. So let's just put our darning needle through that hole and we won't lose that. That's what we need to thread our leaf onto our hanging. I'm going to use my rotary cutter because it just makes a really nice cut for your leaf. And let's say we want to make this leaf. Now I wouldn't cut right up into the top here because what will happen is they'll just stick straight out. You want it so this top part of your leaf will just fall back down and make your shaping. So what we're going to do, even though we want the shaping, I'm going to come around, but I'm going to come straight up. So let's start on the bottom and let's work our way a little bit wider than we originally want just to get our first shaping. So I know I'm going to cut right to about here. So we'll then come up to our bottom, matching the same shaping as the other side. We're going to turn, go out, and then come in. Now that we've got our basic shaping, you can now come in and just fine tune it. So now I know I can come in a little bit more on the top here. And just keep shaping it till you like it. Now you can come in with your tool of choice and comb out your yarn so we make a nice fluffy feather. Let's try the comb. That's how the comb works. Let's try the metal tooth comb. And I do like the fine tooth comb better than this comb. Let's try the slicker. Okay, as you see, it's going to pull out a lot of your yarn, but it will give you a really soft look. So just be aware of that. You've got to hold on to it really tight so you don't lose some of your yarn. Just be more gentle with it with the slicker. Turn it over. Just come in with my rotary cutter. And just clean up the edges. So here's a few different feathers that we've finished, all in different sizes and different shapings. I do have a project for these. It's another project coming up, so keep watching for more videos. But for now, I'm going to just have them come off a nice piece of driftwood. So this one here, I'm probably going to let it drop down maybe a couple inches. So I'm going to tie a knot about an inch above my driftwood. I'm going to tie a very loose knot because I want to be able to adjust it in case I want to higher or lower it. Once I've got that very loose knot, I'm going to wind that knot so it comes down into the leaf, and then I've got my loop for tying on. So again, we're going to attach with a lark's head knot. So bring your loop over your driftwood, bring it to the back, and I know we're going to have to scrunch up our pretty little leaf a little bit, but we can comb it out again. So you're going to open up your ring or your loop and pass it through. And then you've got your first one tied on now, and we'll make it pretty again in a minute here. And same with all the other ones. So attach the other ones in the same manner. Now if I make any fine-tune adjustments, I want this one to come up higher. So I can just release my loose knot and bring it up a little bit tighter. There we go. And do the same for the other ones. And once you've got it all adjusted, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around this way, wrap this around this way, and just tie off one more knot. And then you can comb out your little one strand left over, and that will blend in to the rest of your leaf. I've cut 2 pieces a meter or a yard long, and I'm just going to tie it onto the end so we've got something to hang our leaves by. So just another basic knot. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching how to make these feathers and leaves. I will be posting another video shortly on another way to use these leaves on a beautiful wall hanging. So hit that little bell icon and that will give you notifications so you won't miss any upcoming videos. So give me a thumbs up if you liked it and keep watching. Bye bye for now.